Appreciate your time, sir.
Good to be here.
Well, always exciting to get another season underway here at Thunder Media Day. What are your thoughts as you get started?
Well, the first one's just excitement. It's been a long off season. Our players have done a great job. They've been really committed and disciplined. I think a lot of them have gotten a lot better, and I'm excited to see kind of the output of that. But they've hit it hard over the summer, and it's got me really excited about the start of the year.
Go ahead, Marcus.
I was going to say a lot of challenges with a lot of young players on the team. Will there be a lot of competition in camp for different spots? I would assume yes.
Yeah, a ton. We've got over 17 guys that we're really excited about and that we really like, that bring unique strengths to the team, and we're interested to see what that looks like when it all comes together. But that's one of the most exciting things about this time of year, especially with this particular team, is how competitive it'll be for spots and for minutes, rotation spots. And so I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Go ahead, Sam.
Coach, as far as, the loss of Chet, obviously a pretty devastating injury coming into the season, what does it do for you as far as just your mindset coming into, this early part of the season, not having your first round pick as far as playing time and just the overall, challenges ahead of you facing this team?
Well, if there's one thing that you learn in the NBA pretty quickly, and that Chet's learned very quickly, is that there's adversity and there's setbacks everywhere, for every player and every team. And you're never going to really avoid them. They're different for everybody. But the test of who you are as a player and who you are as a team is how you overcome those and how you handle those. And so I'm very confident, knowing Chet in the small amount of time I've been around him, that he's going to handle that in a great way. And it's important for our program to do the same. We'd rather have him on the floor, but this is now our path forward, and we have to use it to create momentum in the ways that we can, and I'm confident we'll do that.
Well, and you talked about the injury to Chet, and then SGA also dealing with an injury right now. Now, not as serious, but you might not have him at the start of the season. A lot of people very curious how it's going to work out at point guard. I know that Josh Giddey and SGA only played one game together, I think it was, after All-Star break. But how does that work out? Who's going to be the point guard? And if SGA is playing off the ball, I mean, how does that work out?
Well, those guys, I think it speaks to a larger vision that we have for the team, which is that we want to have multiple playmakers. We want to have a style of play that accommodates multiple creators and multiple playmakers, and certainly those two guys are it. But I think we actually have more than just them in terms of creators on the team. And so being able to merge multiple guys is going to be critical. I think the days of having a traditional walk-up point guard are over, even just around the league. The league is certainly trending away from that. The game has become more positionless and more dynamic, and certainly we want to stay with and ahead of that trend. And so those guys, as well as the other guys on the team, being able to function in a way where the whole is better than the sum of the parts, that's the ultimate goal.
Go ahead, Mark.
It's a contract. It's a contract you're coming up for Darius Baisley, and I know that you've tried to use him in very different roles. Seems to me like, as a guy with energy, might be able to sustain his career and find a spot if he can bring that type of attitude with shot blocking and rebounding and things like that, and play a role potentially coming off the bench. But what do you have in mind for his role this season on the team?
Well, just talking to him, I'm really excited because I think this is the most actualized version of him in terms of understanding his identity as a player and really understanding himself. And that's a difficult adjustment for every player. And if you go back to when Darius was a rookie and where he was coming from, he didn't go to college, did the internship with New Balance. And so he had a learning curve in that area and has grown significantly every year. And there's obviously going to be ups and downs. His developmental track, just like everybody else's, has not been linear. But he has improved year over year in that area. And I think, just like I said, talking to him, he's ready to make another step there. And we're excited about seeing what that looks like.
Boy, I tell you, you got an infusion of talent in the draft. Obviously, Chet Holmgren, and he's not going to be available for a while. But Ousmane Dieng, and then the two Jalen Williams, J-Dub and J. Will. Talk about especially J-Dub. This guy, you talk about needing more ball handlers and so forth. This guy seems very versatile to me, J-Dub out of Santa Clara.
Yeah, he's a very complete player. He shoots, he passes, he dribbles. He's very functional, but he can also create. He plays defense. I think he can guard multiple positions. He's also a very good off-ball defender. He's a very disciplined help defender. And so I think the holistic nature of his game allows him to be a very versatile guy. Like you said, I think you can use him in a lot of different spots and put him out there with a lot of different people, and that's exciting. And I'm excited to see how he comes in. Training camp is a different level of intensity than summer league, and so I'm excited to see how he rises to that, as well as those other guys, as well as our returning players. But we're very excited about him, as we are with a lot of other guys.
I know one of the fan favorites is Kenrich Williams, and I think he kind of came to Oklahoma City and didn't have a whole lot. May not have been a whole lot of expectations for him here, but his work ethic has been great. He signs a contract this offseason. And what do you like most about Kenny Hustle?
Well, I'm gonna fold that into an answer about him and Shea and Dort, because we've got all those guys under contract now for a long period of time. And the thing that is exciting about that is they're all pretty transcendent players for our program. I mean, Shea is a tone setter in terms of his commitment and his drive and the joy he brings to every single day in the NBA. Dort's physicality and competitive nature, I think, is very contagious. I think it's especially valuable on a younger team, but he's got his nose in the fight every night. And then Kenrich Williams, the one thing, he's a really, really tough, good player, knows who he is. He plays both ends. But the thing that I respect most about him is he's an incredibly authentic player in person. He is fully himself and unapologetically himself every day. And with a young team that's trying to find its footing and players that are trying to find who they are in the NBA, having somebody like him that's got that kind of ethos to him is incredibly valuable. So we can't be happier to have those guys, as we move forward here and continue to build.
Well, Mark, you're a busy man. I know as I watch this team, I see a lot of chemistry, and I see a team play hard night in, night out. You can't fake those things, and I think that's what people, fans here in OKC, have enjoyed watching here, especially last season as they look forward to this. Great chemistry. Team is going to be playing hard every night, and a lot of that comes from the coach. So I appreciate that, and good luck to you this year.
Thank you so much for your words, and thanks for having me.
All right, Mark Daigneault.